Hey Quakers, how's everybody doing?
What's up?
I'm your Quake Champions Community Manager, Mortal Emperor.
Quake Champions Community Manager Tokyo Punch-Out. What up?
How's it going, everybody? How are you liking that new January update, right?
Pretty fresh.
Pretty fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you haven't played in a while, well, actually, let's start off letting people know, if you're new to the stream, what this stream is. So this is the Quake Champions community stream. We're going to answer some questions, we're going to play the game, and we've got some pretty cool giveaways today, too. We've got some, did we put the hats in the back? Yeah, we got some hats to give away.
Yep.
We've got some in-game chest loot boxes to give away for some sweet swag.
Yeah.
And then we've got some Champions packs.
That's right.
So, and if you already have a Champions pack, you can always give it to a friend, get them to play. And you can all check out the brand new January update that released yesterday. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Man, there's so much in this update that's actually game-changing in a big way. I mean, first of all, I think for most people, other than, we'll get to the Champions balance stuff in a second, but the new hitbox is phase 1.
Let's just all stop for a minute and just be like, hitboxes, right? Like
Yeah.
Finally,
Feels
like
good.
like I know everybody in chat, like, let out your exultant, you know, sigh or cheer, and just be like, finally, we got the hitboxes in. We've been talking about them for so long.
Yeah,
now
true.
they're in. Now you can check them out.
Yeah.
It's great.
I know. I feel like what do you think the biggest thing that it changes for you in the game so far? Because I feel like it's a slightly different game, and I've heard a lot of people sing its praises. But for you, what do you think the biggest?
I mean,
difference is?
let's go Phobos. Like right there. I land rails, right? landing rails. But you know what? Like rails, but all around. And you know what was funny? Okay, I'll tell you guys, personal experience. The moment I was like super hyped up for the hitbox.
This is good.
So I'm playing a game yesterday, and the nail gun's feeling really good, right? Hitting the nails, hitting rails, rockets, of course. Lightning gun is sticky. But the moment that cinched it for me was on Sarnath, and I was trying to defend the rocket spawn from like right where the jump pad is, if you guys are familiar
Above the giant
with the map.
eyeball.
Above the giant eyeball, right? Cathala's eyeball.
Iconic.
And I had I came in through the teleporter, and I had the tri-bolt. Now, I'm not gonna lie, y'all know, prior to this, like, if you picked up the tri-bolt, you didn't want that thing. You were like, oh, I would have done better with the MG.
It was
like,
tough.
the starting weapons were
It was really difficult to use
right?
the tri-bolt effectively, yeah.
And I just outright killed 2 people, like double kill with the tri-bolt, and I was like, yo, I can hit things with this thing now. Like, this is a valid weapon now? Like for real?
It's legit.
And I was like poking Tokyo sitting next to me. I was like, yo, like look at the scoreboard. Look what just happened, you know?
The funniest thing is you were playing in-game, so we're in an office. We sit with a lot of people close by. So he's got the headphones on, and he's like, yo, double kill, tri-bolt. He's like, yo. I'm like, dude, like, that's amazing. Like, everybody around is like,
I get a little, I feel myself a little bit when I'm playing.
You're that guy in headphones.
Yeah, like
No,
I don't show it too much. Like, I try not to show it too much on stream. Maybe you'll see a little bit of it on this stream.
Yeah.
My arm, if you were here last time, you noticed my arm was in a sling. The arm is feeling better.
Hey.
Thanks for all the whale wishes. So I should be able to play, although I might still be that dude who's like,
Those whale wishes,
oh, if I do bad, I can still blame it on the arm.
was like, dude,
I'm like,
my arm
oh,
is
it's still,
basically
you know,
broken,
it's just recovering still. It's only been a
Exactly.
week. Come on.
Exactly.
But no, I was feeling myself, dude. I was just like yeah, like tri-bolt kills, like everything feels good.
Yeah.
So,
And there's still a whole other phase of hitbox coming. Probably not
Yes.
next patch, but maybe the one after that. We'll see. It's still in development.
Yeah.
But man, big difference. And I feel like also with the champion changes now, you know, everyone, the 2 loudest cries are Sorlag. She's already Bae, but Sorlag is OP now because she can basically bunny hop, rush down starting nail gun, plus the pushback, and the increased damage over time for the spit are pretty sweet. And then everyone's like, oh, they nerfed Anarchy. But then, of course, all the real players of Anarchy 2 are like, it's fine.
Yeah,
you play a little
y'all
bit
know you
differently.
needed it. Like,
It's fine.
So the thing with, and I just want to say, because I know there's like a lot of like day one impression, Sorlag is OP now. You know, this weapon and that weapon, especially nail gun, like we've seen a lot of people saying like, oh, you can just sort of like blindly spam nail gun now, which I don't necessarily think is the truth, really. I mean, let me rephrase that. Yes, you can, but the effectiveness will always depend on the situation. Like, you got to have that positioning.
Right.
You know, if you're coming through a teleporter and you know that someone's going to be like spamming nail gun, like it should usually be just good practice anyway to strafe to the side when you come out of a teleporter on like DM6 on Blood Covenant. But in any case, what I am going to say is keep giving us the feedback. We're not going to disregard any of that feedback, but give it some time. This is day one with it. You know, a lot of times it ends up being that like the initial reaction might not be your same reaction over time.
Right.
And if it is your same reaction over time, then we can look at that and make changes.
True.
Which I want to talk about this real quick before we get into like other balance changes. But there is a dev diary coming out that talks about what the hitboxes look like now and what we can do with them. In case you weren't aware, they're now capsule hitboxes. So basically, it's like having like a thick padding around you. And the really cool thing about this that we didn't talk about in the patch notes, but we do talk about in the video, is that previously, when we had to make a champion hitbox adjustment, that was an artist thing because it was bound to the mesh. It was like, here's my arm, here's where the hitbox is. And now that it's this capsule around it, what we can actually do, what the developers can do, is they can go back to their desk and, you know, Sponge can like plug in a number and say like, oh, maybe we think Nyx should be a little bit easier to hit, or Slash a little bit easier to hit.
Right.
And you can put in a number, and rather than waiting for an artist to adjust the hitbox mesh, you can actually like scale it and immediately do that change for them to test, and then we can see, well, does that work? Okay, and then push it to a build later on.
Right.
So that flow has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be great for players too, because if you guys are giving us your feedback about oh, sorry, I got distracted by
Panda Fresh said that my jacket was OP. It needs a nerf. I'll see what I can do. I'll get Sponge on the phone and see if we can tone it down a little bit. Sorry about that.
I got distracted by that Thix, the Thix post. Nyx should be thicker.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if we need to make the hitboxes thicker or scale them down, what have you, I mean, tanks, the hitboxes for tanks are still pretty much scaled to their mesh because they were already, you know, they're a big mesh.
Yeah.
But I think for players, as you guys give us your feedback, it's just going to be a faster iterative cycle. So now we don't have to be like, oh yeah, Anarchy's too hard to hit, and then we have to wait for the art team to do it.
Yeah, exactly. We want to jump into some game with you guys, but before we do, there was 2 pieces of art recently that we wanted to highlight real quick. Can we get the Ranger one up there first?
Oh, yeah, let's show these off. These
we just...
this was this morning, wasn't it?
Yeah, just this morning I saw it and we retweeted it from the Quake account. But this is, I don't know if I'm going to butcher this last name. It's Salvador Trical. His Ranger is gorgeous. Like, super tribute to Quake 1 Ranger, who still is, of course, in this iteration, pretty much, you know, one-to-one tribute style. And damn,
right?
It's just, it's beautiful.
It's such a...
Look at that.
And it's not even like it's... What I love about it is you can tell he's like just gotten out of the battle. Like he's rugged, you know, he's got the one like bloody
red
eye.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it looks tight. It's
does
pretty
look really
sick.
good. But I think that to properly, you know, just sort of cover our entire community here, I also wanted to highlight something that I saw in the patch notes on Reddit of username Existellar. This is a I'm just going to call it the Sorbet Mado waifu, and damn, look at that. I love how like he put the dress on, and he's like, you see like that one shoulder isn't covered. He's like, dude, it's on there. Like Photoshop done.
Yeah.
Job done.
It's great. No, I said last time, dude, I want this skin. I want it. And if you saw me in Discord, I want it as much as the community wants it.
Yeah.
You know? What did we drop?
Oh, it's just my mic thing. It's fine.
Oh, all right. It's fine. But no, like, yeah.
But
it's not like we don't have precedent either, because because we have another game that Bethesda makes with a certain lusty lizard maid.
It's true.
In it.
It's true.
I mean, it's already there. We could we already have the name for it, right? if we ever come out with that.
That's true.
I'm gonna keep talking about it. I'm gonna keep bringing it up to the dev team.
No, it's good. And I think both of these. First of all, congratulations on both of you for completely different levels. Well done. Keep it coming. And I think we're thinking about, we wanted to see what you guys thought about it. We were thinking about maybe doing a design your own champion art contest.
Yeah.
Pretty soon, hopefully next month, maybe we'll get it going by like mid-month.
Let us know what you think. I mean, if you guys hadn't seen the Quake art contest, I think you can still go to Twitter and just do #QuakeArt and they'll still all be there. We got some phenomenal submissions. Really, we have a super talented artistic community. Community's talented in a lot of different ways. So we were thinking about doing another art contest, maybe some other different kinds of contests.
Yeah.
Thought about a writing contest. If you have any ideas for cool things that you would want to see us run in terms of community events, let us know.
Yeah.
And we've got piles of swag that we can offer up for it. We had those cool
swag.
Comic books that were signed by the entire dev team that we gave away last time. We can do all kinds of stuff like that.
That's right. And we've got more swag coming in 2018, so look forward to that. We're in talks with some people to get some stuff made.
Map designer contest. I like that one.
That'd be cool.
Vivia. Yeah. I like that idea. Map designer contest. Yeah. That'd be pretty tight.
Yeah.
I mean, we've always got new maps coming out. Frag video contest from Hello David Bond.
I saw another thing somebody asked. They were saying that they heard a rumor about a tournament schedule for the major stuff. I've said it before, but maybe not on here. I think by mid-February, we're hoping to have the entire year of what Quake tournaments on the pro level are going to look like. So look forward to that. We'll see if we can get that going mid-February to sort of give everybody so they can mark their calendars, start practicing, getting good, and just
I like Rafter's worst player in EU contest.
Man,
I mean,
that would be interesting to do the instead of the King of the Hill,
just
the
a
Shame of the
role
Hill.
reversal, right?
Yeah.
That might
Loser
be cool.
stays on. That's pretty good. Who can lose the most?
Real quick to address before we get into game here, and we're gonna just jump into game right after this, and we can talk about the patch while we play and show awesome cool stuff. Real quick. Things I noticed in the chat, someone was asking, I think it was David Bond, was asking about where do we get the new premium shaders? And matter of fact, when we hop into the game, before I jump into a match, I'll show those off because those are really tight. They are not available in the store right now. You can only get them through reliquaries right now.
Right.
So,
Yeah, so if you're looking for those and you're like, why aren't they in the store? Why aren't they in backpacks or chests? It's because they're in reliquaries right now.
Yeah. And then the other thing was related to backpacks too. Someone was asking about where are the 10 backpacks for January. I think that we no longer have those in there. So if you signed in earlier in January, you would have gotten your 10 backpack gift. But with this patch, since we took out all the winter stuff, and that was part of a winter event, that's no longer there.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure so. Should we jump
into the game? Let's jump into the game. Let me know, Patrick. Let me know when is showing game video.
I'm just waiting until you find a match.
Oh no, I wanted to show off some stuff in here first.
You're good.
All right, cool. So let's take a look, and I will show you all the new skins because there's I've got the Thrall premium skin on my rocket launcher.
It's looking good.
And let's see, they've got the Gug, which is kind of like a scale rock pattern kind of thing, which is pretty
cool.
tight.
Yeah.
This is my favorite by far, hands down. The Elder Guardian, the tentacles across it. That's just tight, dude.
Yeah.
Beast Maw is pretty cool.
Ooh,
it looks better on. So I have it for
different
my
weapon.
railgun. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's tight.
It looks tight on the railgun.
Yeah.
And then there's the Ghast, which is it's
kinda
like
flesh.
it's like a
Flesh mix
thing.
up. What you know about this flesh rail?
Flesh rail.
was trying to edit, but I was like, there's no way to edit that. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a flesh rail.
You already committed to what you were saying,
Yep.
man. Like,
I was like, keep going,
no,
go further.
Just
What else
just
can I say
just
about
go with
that?
it.
Yeah, that's
All right, let's go ahead and connect. If you want to go ahead and jump in and get a chance to play with us, we are on U.S. Virginia. So let's just do deathmatch and team deathmatch, and we can talk a little bit about the patch.
Oh yeah, a couple of things that I noticed that we didn't have in the patch notes that were sound related is, and I'm sure you guys have noticed this stuff too, is there's a bottom of the magazine sound, like when you get close to that, there's a sound now, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
There's a low HP sound, not just for the BJ, like the scream, but now a couple other champs have it. I know for sure Nyx does.
Clutch has it.
Clutch does too. I'm pretty sure, obviously Doom's silent protagonist, so Doomslayer gets none, but I'm pretty sure everybody else has got the low HP sound, which is cool. Also, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the picking up HP bubbles sounds different depending on where your health is at, which is kind of cool. Somebody was describing it last night in a match. They're like, it's almost like you're in a basketball match and it's like different proximity away from where you are with that sort of like wooden echo.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy description, but semi-accurate. Yeah, there's definitely some, like I think once we get used to like how those sound and where we're at health-wise, that's going to be a super bonus to know. And then the teleporters hum. That's actually pretty funny because also on Reddit somebody did a like a refrigerator with a slip gate, and it took me a minute.
I don't know. So is that what that's about?
Yeah,
because
like when you get really close to a teleporter now, it's got this very specific hum.
Okay, you know what I thought it was?
What's that?
Was because the way the woman walking up to the refrigerator was kind of like doing this kind of thing, like she was worried about it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that it was about going through a teleporter and like getting hit by a Galena totem.
I see.
So a couple things to call out. And what kind of is this your crosshair?
No.
Whose crosshair is this?
Apparently it's yours.
It's not my crosshair. Oh, it's Patrick. Patrick's like, it's mine.
He's like, I wrecked your account. Everything's purple.
I picked the most garish color so I can see it.
That's good. I like it.
I mean, you had to go with the yellow cross, man. Like
I saw Fragtastic in chat asked if other players can hear your low ammo. I'm pretty sure that's client side. We'll confirm that at some point. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure that's just client side. I know that obviously the low HP sound, that's not client side. You can hear that just as you can for BJ for everybody, which is, again, another nice indicator to know kind of what you're doing. Even though, of course, you've got the damage numbers to go by, which is the best side. Yeah, there you go. Adam Sinkair just said it's client side only for the low ammo clip thing when you're reaching the bottom.
It's a little better. I don't know what the DPI is on this mouse, so I'm just like playing around with it.
Brick, shout out to the patch.
Huh?
Oh, really?
Our mic sensitivity? Oh, the mouse sensitivity? Oh, that's cool, dude. I'll figure it out.
Look at this guy. I love it. He's like, you set my mouse however you want. It's not a problem. I noticed you're using Galena. You switched.
Dude. All right.
This guy was a visor main. Andre Carlos visor main.
I don't know, dude.
Like subtitle there.
Like friendship with visor might be ended after this patch. I don't know. Like I still love visor, but dude, Galena's so good now. She's so good.
Oh, nice. There we go. Adam says there's two kinds of low pain sounds. There's a scream, which is basically like you're low on health. So I'm going to pant and complain about it. Okay, so there's two different ones that are specific to the situation of being hurt or you're actually low on health and going to die. That's good news.
But a couple things I was noticing, someone was asking, is the Nyx speed cap by design? Yes. Yeah. The 600 speed cap. And I think we didn't put that in the patch notes, and everybody was kind of like, oh, what happened there? But yeah, that is by design. Someone else was asking, what about that post that was, you might have seen it on Twitter earlier. Goodbye. It was about a new pack that we're coming out with, the Scale Bear pack, that is going to come out, but we moved it because it's not on the store right now. No, it's mine. My RA.
Yeah, I saw somebody else ask about rail colors, please. We're still working to get the, I know the the Quake Wars, or as some people think of it, the Quake 2 looking railgun.
It's a mix of both. I know Yakumo will always say it's Quake Wars, and he's right. He's right because it's got the
piece
red
of hardware in there.
Yeah, but I don't know. When I look at it, it's.
But yeah, right now it's green, and I think there is still some work to be done to make at least an optional blue, if not a forced blue. We're still looking at that. Yeah, colors on shaded weapons. I think Adam had already said in a dev stream that we're trying to see if we can get potentially shaders also for the classic weapons that, you know, like Quake 1 rocket launcher, Thunderbolt for LG. We're trying to see if we can get that going, but that's going to be a while.
Sensor says everyone's favorite Quake game, Quake Wars. Man, I like Quake Wars.
I like Quake Wars too, but yeah, I know it's.
I don't know if he's being sarcastic or not.
Had a smaller life than some other ones.
And that's the thing, right? Like we kind of talked about it with this one too. Oh, who's behind me?
Oh no, Adam. Talk away, my friend. You're one of us, man. I don't know if you guys know that Adam Pyle used to be community manager for Quake Live for many years and was fantastic at it. So, no, man. Love to have you here. Give us as much info as possible. It's always best coming from the main
I like
source.
having Adam hanging out in the chat.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Can we have an option to make RA red, YA yellow, and quad blue? I don't think so,
No,
PSI.
the reason, so...
That was specifically for new players coming in, right? So that's why instead of having the heavy armor being like the traditional red color, you know, the idea is coming in when, let's say you're new to arena games perhaps, you can easily identify color-wise what you're actually walking into. So blue is for LG and also health bubbles. You've got green for any kind of armor, whether it's shards, the 25 shield, or the full heavy armor. So that's the deal with that. For customizability, weapons and items on map are not going to ever be customizable because that's a design choice, and I support that 100%.
Your team has the quad. Enemy has the quad.
The more like visual cues you can give to players in terms of knowing what knowing what it is they're looking at and what they need to go for, the better.
Yeah.
Like you can see even it's subtle, right? But when I respawn here, your health and armor are also blue and green. So it's like, if you're looking down there and you're like, oh, I gotta pick up the blue thing. I gotta pick up the green thing.
Right.
Speaking of pick up the blue thing, come on, don't see it. He just literally didn't even look at it. Oh, no, he looked at it.
Yeah, Adam makes a good point too. Since everyone's watching everyone play all the time as we are right now, like nothing's purely client-side in the sense that someone not knowing the game or coming into it, that's their experience of what everything looks like. So then they'll get into their game and be like, wait, this is not what I saw. This is, like, I learned a certain way that this streamer played the game and everything looks completely different. What's wrong with this game? So yeah, I think, you know, the more things we have the same, the fair all around and the more coherent all around.
Insta win. So we are targeting February for Instagib mode. Yep, that's gonna be tight.
Yeah, we've talked about the idea too. I saw somebody mention that Rafa was talking about some differences for Galena, like possible. We were talking about, I mean, right now the idea is Galena's totem is damage and/or healing for 100, and multiple teammates can benefit from that. But obviously, you have to be within proximity of when the totem is active. And there's been discussion around whether or not that should stay active for teammates or it has a cooldown, just like it does for causing damage. So we'll see. I see Zoots psyched on Instagib in February. Yeah, it's a good time.
It's gonna be tight.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I saw someone saying too, like, if we're gonna, I think they were talking about bans in Duel, like having a ban phase or restricting certain champions.
Yeah.
And this isn't that. I have nothing to say about that yet, but just so players know too, we are also looking to, hang on 1 second. Nope, gotta go in for it. We're also looking to have no abilities mode for a custom game setting.
Yeah.
In February as well. That's the target. That's what we're hoping to have. Oof, I'm getting kind of work here. I'm gonna have to edit my settings in a minute.
Yeah, Brick, I saw your question about 2v2 rank coming next month. We're still looking at that. We're just trying to make sure, you know, that everything's right setup-wise for that. So we haven't committed to that yet, but we're definitely looking at it potentially for next month. But
yeah, these are all our targets. What we're hoping.
Right.
I keep getting
Adam's saying
but
he thinks it's
like,
March. It might be March.
Maybe March. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
see what the latest
that's why I like
build
having
has for
Adam here.
Yeah, exactly. No abilities mode is still not classic mode. I mean, we can nitpick all day, but there's always classic mode in the sense that you can play those games still. So if you want to get super classic, just go to the source. But having different versions, and the ones we had talked about in no abilities would definitely be interesting. Of course, how that's going to be set up, whether or not it's everybody chooses one champion, everybody's ranger, is still in discussion. But I think it'll be really cool and really fun and something, you know, new and different for this series in the sense that we've got different stacks, different stats all around for speed, for everything else for these champions. So I think as long as it stays to everybody plays the same champion, regardless of what champion it is, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Your soul.
Let's see here. What else we got? Is there any info about the crash that some players are experiencing?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen reports go both ways on that. I mean, we've seen reports of people saying that, you know, I was crashing before, I'm not now, thank you so much. And that's not just for Steam, I've seen it also for Bethesda launcher. So we're keeping as much info as we can, you know, as to the top of as many streams as we can as far as getting people info of things to try, because it's not, there is no silver bullet for it. There's a lot of different factors, as we said last time for this, whether it's overlays, whether it's driver settings.
Yeah,
it's a lot of stuff.
What I would like to give you folks as a concrete something that you can do right now that would help us diagnose this issue for you is please send a ticket to help.bethesda.net.
Yep.
Give us your DX Diag. If you don't know how to create a DX Diag report, all you have to do is you go into your Windows start bar, type DX Diag, and there's a button that says Get Report.
Right.
If you can send us that information, it is invaluable to us. If you're having a crash that allows you to get to the main menu before you crash, note down your KSIVA. You'll actually just see it. It's KSIVA. That is it's a, you know, little unique identifier code that's a couple numbers and letters. Send that to us. And send us your Steam username and your in-game username as well. And we'll take all that info, we'll look at it. We're finding that, you know, we're looking for common threads to see if it's a compatibility issue. We're not quite sure if that's it yet, but we're looking into that angle. Yeah, send us all that stuff so that we can look at it. That's immensely helpful. And also on the Steam forums, there is a thread. There's a thread I've stickied with all this info anyway. So if you're don't worry about being oh, I got to go back and click through the timestamp on the Twitch VOD to see what Mortal Emperor said for me to do. Go on the Steam forums. There is a sticky thread that talks about that. And in that sticky thread as well, there is a link to some community suggestions. These things have worked for some of our players. They don't work they might not work for everybody.
Yeah.
Just being clear, but they might be things that you haven't tried yet. Give them a try, and they might work for you. You know.
Yeah. I saw a question from, I think it was Wise Lab. He was asking, there was a rune challenge of win 10 death matches. He was wondering how he could do that without ranked deathmatch. The deal is winning deathmatch just means first place. So all you have to do is play 10 deathmatch games and get first place. That's what that is.
Any chance for Galena totems to disappear over time? I'm not sure that I haven't heard anything about that.
No. That's kind of defeats the point.
Do you know that Kasiva in Russian is slang for passport or certificate? DM Freeman, I did not know that. That's kind of interesting. I always wondered what that stood for. So thank you for actually clearing that up.
That's pretty cool.
Let's see. Will CTF have flags? Yes. Yes. Serious Move, CTF will have flags. When will CTF happen? We don't have a date for it. I don't necessarily want to give you guys...
I know we get 2v2 ranked first.
Yes.
So look forward to that first. Yeah. And Instagib is before that.
Yeah.
So Instagib, ranked 2v2, CTF.
CTF, yes. Yeah. May through CTF, so there will be a CTF map, but we're also looking to have it on any map that you can do sacrifice on.
Yeah.
Also, that's another thing in this patch. Now that Galena is like the best thing ever, people are playing Lockbox again. People are actually voting for Lockbox. How about that? There were no changes to the map. It's exactly the same. But so you know,
like doing Galena on this map.
But yeah,
she's pretty good. I think it's time for some giveaways. Let's see here. Yeah, let's maybe start with. Should we start with
the chests?
Yeah, let's do some chests first.
All right.
Oh, we got Napalm and Yakumo. I saw some familiar faces in this.
Are they in here?
Yeah, they're in this match. Let's see who else is in here.
Are they on my team?
I don't think so.
No.
Oh, you got Brick on your
Brick
team.
is on my team, though. Nice. That's what's up. Hey, Brick.
Let's see here. Okay, so this is a pretty good name. Blastermaster, which is a nice blah take on Blastermaster. Congratulations, you win! You've got a chest coming your way, so anybody winning anything on this, just to let you know, all you have to do is be here in chat hanging out, and we'll randomly select some people, and then probably by Monday or Tuesday, you will get a message from us on Twitch, so look out for it there, messages there, and then we'll get your all your info so we can send you some stuff over. For codes, it's easy. For hats, we're going to need addresses and all that personal stuff. We got one more. Zig1 Zag1. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You win a chest. So we're going to have that coming to you soon via Twitch. Thank you guys, everybody, for being here. It's always a good time hanging out with you guys, playing some games, talking some smack, and celebrating the joy that is Quake Champions.
Oh, Napalm's, yeah.
Let's see here. Is Napalm maining Scale Bear?
I don't know.
Did Tab it?
No,
Tab
he's...
he's not? Okay.
He is...
Scale Bear.
Galena.
Oh, nice. Makes sense in this map.
Yeah.
Let's see. 2 questions. Cloud / crouch sliding, getting stuck on the ground, and performance patch. I mean, performance patch, every single patch is a performance patch. Like, we've noticed big differences, even from December, which had some pretty significant changes, to in this patch. I've heard a lot of people say, and I've experienced myself, it feels almost like more consistent frames, and almost like, honestly, it's not just the hitboxes and the stickiness of LG, RL, and Rail, and even to a degree Nails, but it honestly feels like almost a little less, like a little closer to raw input, just in general. Like, it feels snappier,
it feels better
all around. So there's definitely, and you know, this is not by any means the last performance update. Every single update we have, we try to give as much info as possible, but there's a lot of stuff being cooked into the engine to make it even more responsive, and so it can keep up with as fast and crazy as everybody's playing here.
I'm getting super wrecked right now. I'm blaming it on this mouse. next time, Tokyo, since you have your mouse, I'm just gonna use your mouse.
Yeah. Or you can bring yours down. Whatever you're used to, man. I feel like that's always the best case scenario.
I don't know. This one's a wireless mouse.
I get crazy about that stuff, though. Like, I've went through so many mouses, and this game in particular, like, for a long time I played with a way lower DPI than I've ever played with anything. Like, in Doom 2016, I was up at like maybe 5,600 on my X and like 4,200 on my Y. I actually had different X and Y settings, and I was using, I think, like the Death Adder at that point, the Razor, because I really liked the way it felt for Doom. But in this, I actually ended up switching to the, I think it's EC2A.
No, but I want to be here. I've got the FK1.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
And my sensitivity is really low. It's like it's lower than it is here.
Yeah.
I don't know, when 04 came over here, I was telling him, like, dude, I don't even know what the DPI is at my work mouse. Like, there's no setting that I can check for. So I'm just like, it's awful in terms of like figuring out how to what my sensitivity should be. But he like configured it for me.
And you're like, yeah, it feels.
So I was like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
but it's set to like 5.
Hazard was saying, he was making a point, he was saying he really liked the new hitboxes and the hit registry in general, but he said you die a lot more. It's funny because I feel like I've seen a lot of people like Rafa DeHang and Brick and Dewey were playing the other day, and I heard a lot of them talking like you kind of need to, since the update, this latest one with the hitboxes in particular and the champion balances, you kind of need to approach the game a little bit differently. Like, it's not necessarily just purely playing more defensive by any means, but it's just changing the game plan and adjusting to how easy people are to hit now. Because the fact that rails used to be a lot harder to hit, and they've definitely gotten easier to hit in general, and the stickiness of the nails, like, you kind of need to, almost like the beginning of Quake, like when Quake Champions, I remember in CBT, it's like the best players were playing not that aggressive. They were playing a lot more defensive. But that's just not a purely defensive thing. It's being more aware, even than before, of your stack, of where you are, of basically staying safe and staying healthy. Because that's more important now that you're easier to hit.
Napalm has had the quad for a while now. Like, every time I come around the corner, it's like, nope, I gotcha. I got that quad. I'm holding on to it.
Let's see. Playing for Tribal. I think Tribal.
Mine launcher.
Yeah, Adam can speak more to this, but he's mentioned on a stream before that instead of just instantly disappearing, well, not instantly disappearing, but having that slow cooldown when you shoot it on the floor, the idea is much like Galena's totems. A certain amount of them would stay on the floor and basically act as mines. So there's definitely some Tribal changes coming soon, and those are going to be, I can't imagine how devastating they're going to be, because already I feel like in this patch alone, the Tri-Bolt became a way more viable thing that you necessarily, before maybe you switched away from, and now you're slightly, you reconsider. And to a degree, I've even Tri-Bolt jumped on this map in particular from where it is, to get that mega, and I was surprised how I was able to do that, whereas before it was a lot harder, I felt like.
Man, I'm just happy I'm on the board right now. Like, Napalm and Yakumo, I was like, oh, prepare for like 0 and 50. I'm just like,
some killers in here for sure.
I'm on the board.
Brick's holding it down too.
Yeah, Brick is like picking us up in his arms and just like carrying us.
Just like
I will shield you.
He's got everybody in the game like a Bjorn on his chest. He's just running around protecting you guys, keeping harm at bay. It's pretty good.
But yeah, no, it feels so much better. And like, even though you die more, like, I don't know, it just feels like it's kind of more like an alright, you know? Like, it feels good. It feels okay.
I mean, it's definitely harder than it was before to keep a really, really high KD, unless you're playing super KG, just because, again, nice shot, Yakumo, you're an easier target, so, because, you know, everyone's padded out a little bit. But again, I think people will adjust to that, and, you know, the better players will be able to retain a higher KD still. Just dying is easier to do, so you have to be a lot more precious with your life and your movement.
Brick tried to shield me right there, and I did not.
Our kill sounds going to be a thing in the future.
Except the shield.
Absolutely.
Kill sounds like different.
Yeah, I think from the last one when we started with BJ having a scream, I think the idea is, if I'm not mistaken, Adam can correct me if I'm wrong, I think that everyone's going to have a death sound as well, which I really like the idea of. Let's see.
Why do cameras
stuck at the death place instead of following a ragdoll?
I don't know.
I'm not sure, honestly.
I mean,
Never really thought about why the difference is accepted it that way, but I mean, following the ragdoll, I could see a lot of potential camera issues, though, in the sense that, you know, ragdolls have a tendency to do crazy stuff like fall outside of the map and get themselves wrapped around all kinds of things, and maybe that's just a way more consistent, less jarring experience, I would guess. Yeah. Adam is saying that everyone has one, but they're going to go in and maybe make some more dramatic ones in the cases where they're not as dramatic, which I really appreciate because I like everybody.
So all BJ screams.
Oh my God! Everybody with that. Man, the week that came out when we didn't know that was happening, like that was my favorite week for watching Twitch clips of just everybody like around the horn watching it for the first time in match and just like dying and then doing their own version of.
I think that scream did more for like players playing BJ than like any change we could have, like any balance change we could have ever possibly made.
It's funny
like, no, I just want to hear the scream.
Since this update, I have seen, obviously we've seen a lot more Galena.
He's better. I mean,
BJ, we've seen a lot more BJ.
BJ got some buffs.
Because I feel like
ability.
BJ now, with even just starting machine gun, when he pops that akimbo, it's pretty deadly. Like, it's really hard to survive if you're not in full control of where that guy's coming from. Especially if he's got range, it's hard to not die from that now.
Nope, I'm not gonna.
Oh, Mach 5. Okay, technically that was the rocket. I thought that was the end.
I thought it was the dire orb too.
Because the dire orb got padded out, right? Like it's got higher splash damage at a slightly wider radius.
It's got fall off though, which is cool.
Which is good. Let's see. What's the reason behind buffing Sorlag? I mean, I'm sure they could speak to it next week on stream better than we can, but it might just be one of those things where you look at...
I feel like Sorlag was like, she was still good.
She got a little, maybe... She was really buff in the beginning, right? And everybody was using her because her spit was super OP. And then she got nerfed, her damage over time went way down, and people stopped using her as much, and maybe they just, you know, like a constant game, just like a fighting game, right? Like this game will constantly be adjusting these things when we have new champions, and even with the existing ones, until it feels like everybody is exactly,
incoming quad.
Everyone's a really good, viable pick, and there's really good counter picks for a duel.
Like I was gonna say, like Sorlag was not bad in
good game.
Previously in previous patches.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that Galena.
But she was nice. Still like, I don't know. I feel like the buffing her was not a bad decision because she wasn't.
Oh, Galena? Yeah.
No, Sorlag.
Oh, Sorlag too.
I'm saying like I don't know what her pick rate actually was. Adam would know.
Yeah.
But I just felt like, anecdotally, she was not getting picked as much as she was. And that's understandable, because, like, when you have a super, admittedly OP character in the beginning, of course she's going to get picked.
Because also, she had Bunny Hop before almost anyone else had Bunny Hop. Like, day one, she had Bunny Hop in there.
Right.
But yeah, I'm glad to see more Sorlags in, because I was kind of missing seeing spit all over the place. So, like, Ruins didn't feel the same without her.
Real quick, I like this one because Manigor says, any updates on new player experience stuff like remaining tutorials, bots, etc. Got a lot of friends that tried the game, but they were overwhelmed by it. And this is something that we know is a thing that we want to improve upon the scale. So the answer to all of that is yes. We're trying to
just interrupt real quick. We're queuing in Virginia, Josh.
Yes.
Lavis. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. So we're gonna have more tutorials in terms of like tutorial videos and things. Matter of fact, if you saw like when we released Keel, we had a tutorial video for that champion specifically. We're gonna have that for subsequent champions coming up. We might go and revisit some of the basics tutorials. We are going to look at ways to make the experience for newcomers a lot better in terms of like, we've talked about things like matchmaking, we've talked about, you know, changes to UI that would make things easier for players. We've talked about, having, I know this is a big community suggestion that's been floated around internally too, is the idea of having a map where, players can practice things. So we talked about things like that. We've talked about definitely bots. I know everybody always asks about bots, and yes, we understand bots are like super important to have.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming for all this.
Lots of stuff.
Another thing too, I saw, I think a guy named Qmongus, he said, basically, I suck at this game, but I love it. It's so much fun. Like, not only are you a big man for saying that you suck at a game that you love, but I feel like kudos to you and kudos to this community in general, because I've seen a lot of people come in and say, hey, I'm new at this. And instead of some crazy toxic communities in games that we've played in before where it's just like, here it comes, you know what I mean? Just like, if someone had a ban hammer, it'd just be like slam, 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 because everyone's just salty and saying crazy stuff. But I feel like I'm really proud of all of us in this community for supporting each other in the sense that when I see new people come in, there's a lot of support of someone saying, okay, weapon control, like focus on like where you are, and someone saying, okay, maybe try Ranger first or try Scale Bearer first and try these things, and embracing that we need new people to Quake that are not familiar with it. And of course you're going to get crushed when you come to this game, because it's a, it's a completely different game that people are used to from coming from all these like modern shooters where it's, you just hide for health and all this stuff. So kudos to everybody for being just basically like good people and sweeties in general. Yeah. For for showing people the ropes when they come in here. You know what I mean?
We have an amazing community, and like you said, we have a lot of people who are willing in the community to like help teach Quake. Matter of fact, someone and gosh, if you're watching, I am so sorry for forgetting who exactly it was. I need to go back. But someone put out circle jumping, straight jumping tutorial. We're totally gonna retweet that because that was an amazing piece of work.
That was really good. It's our boy from. He used to do sponsored stuff for Titanfall 2 with Respawn. I know exactly what you're talking about. He's a really good dude. I think it's still sticky on Reddit.
A lot of great people in the community for like helping me out.
3, 2, 1.
And I love to just the sense like I feel like that comment, like I suck at the game but I love it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you've kind of hit on the like the ethos of Quake, I think.
Right.
Like yes, it's hyper competitive, right? But at the end of the day, no matter what your level, you should still be having fun. And I think you can have a lot of fun. Like, I'm over here getting wrecked by we've got like Yakumo and Maggie on the team now. Hi,
nice.
Maggie.
Shout out. It's our buds.
On the opposite team.
But
I still got Brick.
Still friends.
I still got Brick. So our team
carry us, Brick.
Yeah, just take me across the finish line.
Brick Senpai, please carry us on your wings. Oh no! God, you hear that pain sound? I've never heard. That was a really good one. Yeah, he like that. That was that low health full rail when he had 5 health left. That was good.
Oh my gosh, I'm just getting like everywhere I go. Yakumo, it's just on me. All right. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, just basically like, yeah. As long as you're having fun, you're doing Quake right.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter what your KD is at the end. I know everybody like it is a competitive game, but
yeah,
it's also a fun thing.
But I mean, even when you're being competitive, it's not fun unless you're having fun, and it's not. Yeah. It's more of I think like an attitude thing. It's not, especially when you jump
everybody.
Into.
Well, I was gonna say for everybody else, it's not work.
Yeah.
But for pro players, it is work. So
it's true. It's actually funny. Somebody made that point. I can't remember who said it on Twitter the other day, but they were talking about someone assumes that pro players play a lot, and that's why they're good because they put the time in.
Thorin said that.
That's right.
That was Thorin.
Yeah, it was a good point that he made. Where basically saying there's a difference between playing a lot and practicing.
Yes.
And practicing with a goal and with basically a metric that you can measure yourself against, so you know that you're gaining something that you're trying to, you know, to practice and to improve on, instead of just, oh, I play all the time, my level's super high. That doesn't necessarily mean anything, right?
I'm being terrible with Scarab Bear.
Ooh, we got the clutch out.
See, he does have
There is a wake-up animation.
He does have a wake-up animation. I'm telling you, it only happens when they change, I think.
Right, okay.
I think that's the
God,
thing.
that's starting nail gun? That is
Right?
good. That is good now. Quake is the Dark Souls of FPS genre. I mean, there's a point there.
Yeah.
In the sense that it's hardcore.
But see, even as hardcore as like Dark Souls is,
Yeah.
like it's accessible to people in
True.
the sense that like, you know, you just got to put time in, but like you don't necessarily have to. How do I put this? Like you gotta put some time in to get the most out of it.
Right.
But you can still have
You can still have fun.
like when you start out, you know.
Exactly. But I think
And
the
even
only,
when you're dying, you still have fun. That's the thing.
but that's the good comparison maybe between the two is you're going to die a lot in Dark Souls. You're going to die a lot in this game. But there's so much that you can do inside this game skill and style-wise that are so much fun. And there's so many ridiculous, great fights that you can have with different weapons and different combinations and different modes that it's like, yeah, there's like a lot to sink your teeth into, just like in Dark Souls. Let's do and this is probably gonna be our last game here. Let's do a couple more giveaways.
Wait, what time is it? Oh, jeez.
We got like 8 minutes left here.
Gabbing, dude. I was like, we're only like half an hour in, maybe.
Right?
That's the thing. I don't know. We got like a Legends stream coming up at some time. We gotta
Pete's doing this.
we gotta work out with that stream because like we're trying to end it too sharp now. But this is always one of the streams where I feel like I can just keep like doing it for like hours, dude.
Go.
Like yesterday was all just like, you know, checking to make sure like, okay, Hatch doing well? Yes.
So I'm gonna do two. These are just two quick backpack giveaways. Number one is Nupance, Knupance. I don't know how you say that. I might have said it right, but congratulations, you win a backpack. And hey, don't snoff at a backpack because the Doom Wings, or Wangs as I like to call them, that I was like lusting after for basically since CBT, I got through a backpack. So I believe in the backpack.
Get some stuff.
And this is a name that is easy to say and easy to remember. Nobocop. First of all, kudos to that name because that's a sick ass name. Nobocop, you get a backpack, my friend. And I think to wrap this whole thing up,
we got to give away some.
We're gonna give away 2 Champions packs, which is
2 hats.
And 2 hats.
Yeah.
So that's the full game with every champion now and forever. It's gonna be a Steam code for it. So we're gonna do 2 of those. And you know what? Like, look, we got a lot more than 2 hats behind us. We love these dudes. Let's do 4 hats.
You want to do 4 hats?
Yeah, let's do 4
give
hats.
away all these hats?
I mean,
God.
if anybody deserves these hats, it's all these beautiful boys and girls that we have here in this
All right,
chat.
let's do it.
Let's get hat crazy. So we're just gonna gather some stuff right now, and we're gonna get y'all some hats. Quad hattage, thank you. That's exactly
Quad hats.
what we both should have said as soon as the number 4 came up. You're absolutely right. Gonna get some quad hattage up in this piece. Let's see. I like how the whole stream is just hats now. Hats! Hats! Hat
Everybody
quad,
loves
quad
hats.
hattage.
Enemy has the quad.
Good. Hats hype, that's right. Alright, let's see. Of course, Orb has to come up even in a hat conversation. You gotta believe, man. If you believe in Orb, you know? It's like be the change you want to see. I don't know. I don't know how you can embody the Orb. I guess just open your eye real big.
Orb?
Yeah. I am balding and need a hat. Hey, I feel you on that one. Every new hat is a haircut when you're bald, though. Think about that. That's a pro tip.
Dude, it's
a pro tip for a balding man.
That's some,
Speaking from
like,
experience here.
fortune cookies.
Yeah, every hat's a
That's
haircut.
That's wisdom.
You're welcome. Let's see. Enemy has the hats. That's good stuff. All right, Champions Pack. Zoo. That's TSU and a couple of underscores. Congratulations, my friend. You are now the winner of a Champions Pack. Again, if you already have one, first of all, well done. Second of all, you can give it away. We can either randomly assign it to somebody else, you can give it away yourself. It's going to be a Steam code coming at you on Twitch through message. And the next and last winner for Champions Pack is Just Call Me Malix. I will. I did. That's your name, and congratulations. You are a winner, my friend. Or I guess it just called me Alex. Did I say Malix? Jesus. My brain and reading. Okay, now we've got quad hattage. So, first person quad hattage, that's Zunicorn farts? That's not unicorn, that's Zunicorn farts? Okay, I just wanted to clarify.
Ex-unicorn parts win.
Something before? He's just a winner. He's just a lucky person.
Look at you.
Unicorn
unicorn
farts,
magic,
collecting
right?
hats. August Underground, thank you for an easy to read name.
That's
you
a cool
also
name.
get a hat, winner number 2. And let's not forget Kenry, 93. I don't know if that's a millennial reference, but congratulations. You now have a hat, and you were born in 93 perhaps. Or 93 is the best year that maybe, you know, in the world for you. And let's not forget, I mean, there's a couple different ways to read that. I'm just going to say Hosenacker? Hosenacker?
Hosenkacker.
Hosenkacker 2K16. You are our final beautiful quad hattage winner.
Congratulations.
So congratulations to all you guys. We're going to send you messages on Twitch here. If you want to just shortcut that and send us, Twitch message us your name and an address of where you'd like this hat sent, feel free. And don't worry, anybody that's international, we got you. These hats, can ship, we'll get them to you.
Yeah.
So no worries there. How's this
hats
match
are good.
going here? Okay, it's about a 17 frag swing. We got about a minute left.
Dude, I am getting...
It's not going to be any more quabness. There's a lot of ground to cover.
Yakumo was like, he was like, I'll send you a VOD of that sweet kill that I got on you. But it was pretty tight though. like I kind of want to be like, thanks, man. But you know, it was pretty cool. I had my shield up and he dire orbed through it.
I see that Sour had a question about phase 2 of the hitboxes. Anybody with questions about hitboxes or maps or champions or modes or any of that stuff that we haven't covered or didn't do to the extent that you would like or we were able, definitely check out. We're going to try to get Adam+1 on here next week for the dev stream. We're going to have a dev diary. We're shooting for a week from today, so next Friday, I believe, is the 2nd of February. Be sure to come back and load up those questions, and we'll see how many we can get answered in that. Let's see here. That damn die orb. I feel you, man. It's
GG.
It's OP. It's good.
That was legit though.
That was good.
Yakumo was like, I'll send you the whole game.
Woot woot. Just gonna send the whole
Where's
VOD.
Where's 04? He's still around. He's doing his thing.
Yeah.
He's
busy
got
getting
a
the
lot
schedule
of
together, man.
It's
It's a lot of-
January. That's
Exactly.
a whole year of
Tournaments.
tournaments that he's got to plan out. A lot of people to talk to,
Yep.
whether it's ESL, DreamHack, all kinds of folks to talk with.
Yeah.
So
A lot of good
he's
stuff.
doing his thing.
That's right.
Uh,
So I guess we should wrap this up just by saying, first of all, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for
Yes.
supporting this game. We really, really appreciate all your feedback. It's been really great to see that all this hard work that the team has been putting in has been paying off in the sense that it seems like in general sentiment is good. People are digging it. People are liking the champion changes, the speed changes, the hitbox, for sure. So, let's just, keep on down the road of making Quake Champions just like the best FPS ever, I guess.
Right.
Let's just do
Yeah.
it.
Thanks for everybody for staying with us. It's just the start of 2018.
That's right.
Lots more stuff coming out, and it's just gonna keep getting better and better. New champions, new modes, new maps, new optimizations, new everything. Everything's good.
Yeah.
Keep sending us that feedback. Let us know what you think. We're
That's right.
always listening. You can always check us out on Reddit. Make sure to follow us on social media at Quake,
Yep.
at Tokyo Punch Out,
At
at
Mortal
Mortal Emperor. Same on Reddit. Those are our usernames there. Or check out the subreddit, which is r/Quake Champions.
Yep.
And also on Discord, which
That's right.
we are plugged into every hour of the day. That is discord.gg/Quake.
Yep.
Check it out, and we will see you in game, obviously, and we'll see you on there. Thanks again
right.
for hanging out with us.
Love you guys.
Take care.
Later.